All right, it's the Monday before Thanksgiving and getting ready for a trip to Florida. Probably going to ride Ocala National Forest and maybe Osceola National Forest. So I think this trip here, I want to take the RZR XP1000 down. I've got to do a belt swap and a little PM before that ride. We just got back from West Virginia and the belt finally started going. So I've got a spare Gates belt I'm going to go ahead and throw on this one. Also decided to take down the 2005 Yamaha Grizzly 660. Thing is still in great shape, runs good. I've recently changed brakes, bearings on it. Maybe 6-7 months ago, I had watched a YouTube video because I had a leak in the rear differential, the right side seal. Watched a YouTube video of a guy, followed his instructions, put everything back together, and yep, still leaking. So went back, everything looks good on the ride. I went ahead and ordered another seal off of eBay to put on, and I actually read through the guy's comments, and there was 4 or 5 people that said, hey, you're telling people the wrong way, that the seal needed to be pushed all the way back, and that's not the case. The seal needs to be flush with the actual housing of the rear diff. So gonna yank the tire off and take it apart and see if we can get this thing to stop leaking and be ready to go. All right, got the rear jacked up. Put a little jack stand down here just for a little safety. Fortunately, I had a buddy of mine a couple of years ago. Was working on his car and had a jack failure and crushed him in front of his 9-year-old daughter. So lesson learned, always be safe, work safe as you possibly can. All right, there's various ways of taking apart so you can get to it. Some people take the rear, the top of the arm on the bottom, and the top, take that apart and just pull the whole assembly out. What I usually do is I just pull the front off on the upper, lower, yank them out. I'll loosen the shock here, just pull the shock up out of the way, and that gives you plenty of room without having to disassemble everything. Just have to tie up the upper A-arm out of your way. All right, I want to go ahead and remove the top here. I'm just using the 17 socket on the nut side, and the bolt side I'm just using the 9/16. So I'll take that off on the top and I'll take it off on the bottom. All right, next I'm just gonna take apart the bottom shock. That way I can just pull it back up out of the way and give me plenty of working room. So it's gonna be a number 17 on the nut, and on the bolt size it's gonna be a 14. All right, little change in plans. I got the shock undone. Since I'm this far, it's been a while since I've greased the bushings. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the top off, and I'm gonna take the rear bottom arm off and go ahead and get the bushings greased up. Okay, you got the axle popped out, it just pulled straight out, came out with no problem. As you can see, when I installed the replacement seal in there, I've got to push back too far, so it's not flush up here with the housing of the rear diff. So basically it's pushed back too far, and that was allowing fluid to leak past it. So I'm going to pull this seal out. I got a brand new one I ordered from East Lake Axle, and I want to go ahead clean up the inside of the housing, try to make sure there's no cracks anywhere in there. Then I'll go ahead and install the new seal. Okay, time for the new seal. Since I didn't have a seal puller, boy, getting that old one out was a pain in the butt since it was pushed back too far. So cleaned it up. The housing looking, I've still got fluid dripping. I haven't drained it. So I just want to go ahead and put it in and see if I've got a good seal on it before I put everything back in place. But no burrs or anything on the inside of the housing. So hopefully this new seal is going to work. All right, I got the new seal in. I think I got it pretty flush. Spun the other axle, no leaks, and I actually didn't drain the diff fluid just so I could get this seal in and make sure that no diff fluid was leaking past it before I changed the diff fluid. So right now everything looks good. So hopefully we're going to be good to go. Just get to reassemble.
Just hold that thing so it doesn't rock much. Damn, I've never had one that much.
There you go. Look at that. Nice. Woo! Nice.
It's
like
just
it.
getting the right amount of oomph to it.
I like it.